I was the king of suck trading. Okay, I even wear my crown right here, this crazy hat right here, to symbolize and remind myself that I was the king. Okay, as you can see, there's no way it looked like any crown of all, but uh, I want to tell you about my early time when I was into trading, and I was so sucked. I kept it to myself, and some of the experts I follow, the result were devastating. Two of them were floor traders, and a couple of these guys were featured on CNN, NBC News, Wall Street, and all kind of stuff. Yet the result was just not expected. Okay, so let me read it out to you as I tell it to you. Okay, about 5 years ago, when I was a new trader, the thing I wanted most was to be able to copy the trade of someone who actually knows what they were doing. Where I can make more money than I lose. That way, I can basically learn why I'm earned. Wait. Basically, earn why I learn. Okay, excuse me. Uh, that way I can earn why I learn because I knew it was going to be tough already. Investing, I had some experience in investing, but trading, I knew it was going to be tough. Sadly, the trade from many of these self-proclaimed and also proclaimed by the news, the media, and a lot of people normally have their losers bigger than their winners. I was wondering why my account continued to go down, even though they have good numbers of winning trades. The deal is their the wins were too small compared to the losses. You know, but at that time, I was blinded by the wins. I was happy to win, and I never really sat down and figure things out exactly what's going on. So part of it is my fault because I pay and follow those experts whom I've never really seen the real trade. They never really show their trades. The statement where they have their name on it with the real trades. And it took me another while to figure out that the the profit that they list along with the quoted testimonial on the sales presentation were created out of thin air. They were created by the marketing department. There was never any real picture or real video. It was just I made this amount of money, Mr. ABC. And they list a ton of those. And it finally dawned on me, hey, uh, this could be fake. But remember, during that time, they show a lot of videos where they were featured on CNN, NBC, Wall Street, and all kind of stuff. So I believe that those videos, and I believe those were the experts, right? So when I actually sat down and calculate things using percentage, I had the shock of my life. You know, the shock is even though you win more time than you lose, but the winning percentage is smaller than you lose overall. Like if you add up all the numbers and multiply it out, you still lose money. You still lose money. And that was a shock of my life. You know, I finally figured out why I kept on losing money, even though I was winning more time than I was losing, right? I was totally stunned because let me tell you, one of this guy, he normally has like 6, 7 wins in a row, followed by 3, 4 wins in a row, right? It finally dawns on me that the losses were twice, sometimes 3 times as big as in percentage wise the winners, right? And you know what? Worse, one of this guy right here, he did not have stop loss. And when things were going the wrong way, he always sent out emails saying, things will turn around. And it was just hope that the position would turn around. And most of it ended up losing more. And it was just unbearable. And we have to sell out. Or if it was option, those options expire worthlessly, right? And sadly, my account nearly bankrupt by then when I figured it all out. I then, you know, I then switched to two other experts. Okay, two other experts within this same organization. Now, this organization was gigantic. I mean, they have hundreds of experts. Okay, so I carefully check out two other experts and see what's going on. Okay, I got the same result. I mean, but this time I was a little bit smaller. I trade less. I trade less frequently, but my account can still continue to go down. Because these guys, they have their losses percentage wise bigger than their wins, and sometimes the amount of money you commit to a trade and you don't pay attention, and the percentage go that you lose is a lot bigger than the percentage you win. You have that lopsided. So that's how I nearly destroyed my account multiple times, even though I put more money in multiple times. Okay, and two of these people were traders on the floor. I mean, on the videos that I watched and show multiple times, and shows multiple, they were on the floor trading, right? And they were interviewed by these media news about the stock market, stock and so to me they were expert at the time. If you're on TV, if you're on a floor trading, and if you're featured in the news all over the place, you were the expert. So I put my faith, I blindly put my faith in those experts, and they disappoint me. Sadly, they disappoint me. From then, from that time, okay, I swore I will never look at any expert unless I see real trades, like a statement that has the name on it with profit and loss. Okay, I will never look at any other expert. Okay, unless I see something, unless I see a statement. And from then on, I swear I was gonna find my own ways and do my own thing. Okay, and for like the next 2 to 3 years, I tried things on my own, and I have to admit, I won the crown. Okay, I won the crown of being the suckest trader I know. Of course, I kept that silently to myself, but in different talk, in different conversation, I knew I was the king of the suckest trader. Okay, and this is my crown. I just wear this to symbolize my time of being the king. Okay, now it wasn't until year four, like the 4 year in trading, that I finally started to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I hit some big winners that were many times the size of my loss, and that feeling was just amazing, and I was hooked for life. You know what I mean? Uh, and then I took another 6 months to research all the winners that I've had in the past, even some of the wins from the other guys. But most of the winning guys, they were just, they didn't have a system, they didn't have a plan, they didn't have a strategy. So basically, I researched it and I threw it all away. But the one that I trade, I had a plan, I had a strategy. I researched those, right, and I found the commonality. I found a commonality, and that was my light. That was my way. I knew I was onto something special to me. Okay. Uh, but I still have another big problem. Here is the problem. I have one big bad habit, and that bad habit is I tend to enter too early or exit too early for the trades. I mean, okay, and this is because in life I tend to get up early. I always go early to the meeting. Of course, I don't leave early, but I tend to be early to the meeting, and I like to do things ahead of time, early. Okay, early this, early that, and my characters were reflecting into my trading. It it did not dawn on me until like 4.5 years, 4.5 years, right? And it took me months to slowly fix this problem. I mean, you guys know I have 7 monitors, right? I have one monitor that tells me my bad habit. So I remind myself every day, that I need to fix this bad habit. Now, when this bad habit started to fade, okay, now characters in bad habit, they take a long time to fix and change and replace. Okay, when this thing started to fade, I started to have big winners more often than normal. I mean, when I say big winners, I mean 4 to 5 times bigger than my losses in a short amount of time. Okay, and sometimes uh, 10 times bigger than my loss were occasional. When I'm talking about occasional, I'm talking about once every 2 weeks or once every weeks, every week, right? And from then, I knew, I fully realized consciously that the most important thing in trading are your characters, because your characters will determine whether you give up on something, you continue on, you push forward, you continue to be dedicated and never give up, or your character will tell you, hey, this is not for you, give it up, do something else. Okay, so your character is the most important thing to you, and these character is going to determine whether you're just going to be a mediocre trader or you're going to be a world-class trader. And all those is up to you. Now remember, these characters are yours. You own them, but they are not permanently part of you. Okay? Whatever characteristic that you have and you don't want anymore, you can slowly fix them, because you can't change a characteristic like now. It doesn't happen that way. You can change them, fix them, and replace them with a better one. Okay? If you want to be a world-class trader, start developing characteristics of world-class trader, starting in the mind. It's a mindset thing, and then the mind will start to create habits. The way you think will be different, and then you will start to take action that differently. So it starts with the mindset down to the way you think and toward your action, which create a new habit for you. And from then on, you're gonna be on your way to be a world-class trader. And I hope I can become one in the future too. And I hope to see some of you guys too. That is all for now. I hope you like my story. If you find this helpful, feel free to share it with your friends and family, because I'm sure a lot of them will like this video. Until next time, until my next video, good luck trading.